Hey, what's up everyone? It's Darkpool Algo, and today is Thursday, April 22nd, 2021, and what a wild and crazy day it was. There was ups, there was downs, there was news from all over the place. Some people are happy, some people are upset. I'm kind of in the middle. So, what we do in the after hours is we look at the Darkpool algorithm. We try to find stocks that are set up for a move tomorrow. We build a watch list. We walk through how to play certain divergences, how to use a Darkpool algorithm to your advantage, and we take chart requests. So if you have any, make sure you hit me up in the comments below. You can reach out to me on Twitter, and make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. We've been getting quite a big following lately, which is great. However, I'd like to see more comments. That lets me know what you guys are looking for. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it and let me know what you need. Smash that like button, subscribe. Thanks, and let's get going. All right, welcome back everyone. Starting to think I need to do a new intro, and haven't really got any feedback from anybody, so I'm leaving it up to y'all to decide. All right, crazy day today. Currently, I'm going to show you this chart. It looks like futures are slightly up overnight, or in the afternoon, early evening session. Massive drop today. News came out that Biden wanted to increase tax on corporate gains, and that can negatively affect a bunch of traders. So, I'm not going to get too much into that. However, I do want to go through some possible setups for tomorrow. We are looking at the flow trade divergence scanner. It shows divergence on divergence of the Darkpool or the algorithm, the flow index algorithm from price action. As you can see, I'm just going to grab COP, ConocoPhillips. We have got bullish divergence. The green indicator, the green price action, indicates that price action is heading in the opposite direction of the algo, with the algo buying. So, think of it like this. Price action is selling, the algo is buying. It's divergence, right? All divergences must play out. So, it's easier for price action to be pulled up to the algo than it is to change the minds of large institutional hedge funds, smart money, to change its mind from, hey, stop buying this and start selling it, right? To bring the algo back down to price action. So we've got COP. It's got some intraday bullish divergence. However, this session is our watch list picking session for tomorrow. I want to look at the 15-minute algo. As you can see, even though today we had a lot of selling, the algo is still curled up and buying. What that indicates to me is that large institutional money is very interested in purchasing ConocoPhillips. So as you can see, we've got strong net buying. The algo is curled up. Price action has diverged at this area here. So divergence must be played out at the very minimum. This divergence has got to be, this divergence here is going to have to play out. So 50-cent move, possibly more. So we're going to put COP on our list. Let's see, I'll go through a couple more of these that I recognize. Fast. Price action is trading with, or the algo is trading with. Price action is trading with the algo. O. Bullish divergence. Or excuse me, bearish divergence. VLO. Price action trading with the algo. Let's see, there's a couple that I saw that were really good today. So Billy was it BLIL? Billy was extremely strong today, even though there was a lot of negative negative selling. Looks so price action's currently trading with the algo. Another nice function is we do have divergence tab. We also have a scan tab. We can look for trends within the 4-hour trend. So based on that, Fitch, FTCH, I'm looking for significant divergence. This is a lot easier to do on a 4-chart layout. So however, WBA, which is Walgreens, so we've got COP, WBA, 2 potential candidates for long positions. We look at ions. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up to the daily scan. JMIA, JD, MJ, MWK, I picked that one the other day, DNMR, that's a great one. So DNMR, so we've got 3 potential bullish. Go ahead and break it out to the weekly. SFIX. That's pretty decent. I'll look at SFIX. It looks like it's been basing for a little bit. So we've got 4 bullish plays, and if I'm going to look at a bearish play, I'm going to look at weekly, Adobe, ABTR, CSX, Dish. Dish looks pretty decent. Seeing if there's any of the big names that everybody plays all the time. We've got 4-hour. SPY? Do we want to go? We want to look at SPY? Wow, that's more bearish or bullish. Monthly, weekly. What Adobe? 525 to 507. ABTR Adobe. Sorry, I need to see some direction of the algo that is not. Let's look at it. Maybe Dollar General. That's bullish. Alright, so Adobe for our bearish play. ADBE. If we get to it, we get to it. I am a long bias trader. That's for sure. Alright, hopefully everybody can hear me good. I'm just going to start with COP on the 15-minute. As you can see, I just went through that one. We've got COP. Let me just grab my watch list. Add these to my watch list. COP, WBA, PNMR, PNML, DNMR. My handwriting is atrocious. There we go. DNMR, SFIX, and Adobe. Alright, WBA. So we have got just started bullish divergence recently as of today. Maybe that massive drop. Let's scroll out a little bit. Alright, so we've got divergence that started a while ago. Get rid of all of this. Try one more time. Alright, so we had divergence that started back on the 16th. We had price action diverge from the algo line. The algo line's currently been buying at a rate with price action. We've got this curling. We've got this curling here, and we've got a divergence level that we can seriously see that starts at this level. So at the very least, we'd like to see WBA come back up to where we diverged from, right? We had previous trendline support that broke, and now we need to come back. Just gonna draw a little bit more on here. I think I'm gonna start saving these and upload them to Twitter as well. All right, there we go. WBA. What was the next one? DNMR. We've got some block trade levels that are going to become important, as you can see. You probably can't see on my charts because that blue is really hard to see. All right, we have got a cluster of block trade levels at 37. That's in this box here. The algo has curled up, another bullish indicator. But what I wanted to show you was that the algo came through the block trades, came back down and tested it, and it's using the block trade level as support. In this area here, lots of congestion. The block trade levels will provide resistance until it becomes support, support until they become resistance. Another example of that's here, where you got some consolidation. So we're definitely going to look at the $33 block trade level for DNMR, $33, and then 37, and then 37.80. Those are my block trade levels. I usually like to write those down. SFIX. That's the next one. All right, we've got price action that's trading with the bullish divergence. And whenever you see ups and downs and lots of divergences taking place and then playing out, I'm going to mark out some of those so that we can get familiar with it. We have the initial divergence here, which creates small divergence pockets, right? We've got a divergence pocket here that played out, and that is this one here. I'm going to draw that there, and then we've got to have a line. So divergence is whenever the algo is going one way and price action is going the other. Right? That divergence is played out, so it's no longer valid. We've got a divergence level here. Right? We draw a line across. These mini divergences have been played out. We're currently working in this longer term divergence. It can be seen here. So that's the trend that we're working with, the divergence pattern that we're working with. And that's on SFIX. No real block trades to speak of. Alright, so COP, WBA, DNMR, SFIX, and Adobe. Okay. So Adobe, we've got, let's grab some of my colors here. Divergence began yesterday with price action. Actually, Adobe is bullish divergence because the algo is above price action. Even when I was looking for a bearish one, I couldn't find it. So price came down, comes back up, finds some sort of resistance at this level. It came back down, and we're looking for it to we're looking to grab it on that. So 1, 2, 3 for that fourth move. Now I clicked up to this level here. All right, let's pull up our charts. And we're going to get started on our daily with COP. All right. So COP, we are actually in a very bullish position. We came down, we found and maintained support at a previous high. As you can see in this area here, so that you guys can see where I'm talking about. So this is the area that the run that I'm looking at. So we consolidated, we came up, we found we were on the way up, something stopped us. So this is a level that's going to provide support in the future, right? It acted as resistance. We were able to break through it several days later, and now it's going to become support for the rest of this stock's life. So this is obviously a supply zone that, you know, the supply ran out. We had to come back down to this demand zone and fill up, right? I think I have that the right way. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So we come down and we test the support. We've found support and we move back. We have a small move back up. Our MACD is decreasing. Our RSI is decreasing. As can be seen in this indicator here that I've been test driving. Once it's prepared and ready to be released, I'll hook you guys up. All right, this is our 200 period SMA. We were below the 50 SMA, below our EMAs as well. Bringing it down to, I can't do the 3-minute chart on that. I gotta go, let's go 4 hours. All right, 4-hour chart looks a little crazy right now. Y'all can't see these because I've got this study on. I'm gonna jump over to this 4-hour that's using RSI, Ready Aim Fire, and the Squeeze Pro. We're gonna make this 4-hour chart and we are good to go. All right, so we sold off, we came down, we found support over the last week or so. We found support right there at that 4-hour 200 SMA. We've got this earnings coming up on 5/4. So we're looking for a possible run into earnings with a daily ATR of, I didn't note the ATR. 1 second. ATR of $1.50 a day, so $1.50 per day. We would like to possibly run into earnings if we can maintain support. See, we came down and we found support at a previous trend reversal, right? Demand zone. All right, we can maintain support. Look for the next leg up. We've got our Squeeze Pro histogram and MACD that's currently negative, but it's curling up. Ready Aim Fire is getting ready to fire, and the algos are buying. So with that in mind, we're going to throw some fibs on here. It's a 4-hour chart. So this is longer term fib targets right at that $56 level. So 54, 56 are my shorter term targets. I believe that we could hit that by earnings. So I'm just going to circle this, call that my initial target. Obviously the ultimate target is 65, which would require a break at 61, 61.40. All right, COP, let's write this stuff down. COP, we need to maintain support at 48, run into earnings target 65 or 56. Based on options contracts. We have approximately $3 downside risk and, $3 upside risk before we run into any support of this 50 period simple moving average at 52. So look for resistance at 52, then 54.5 and 56. All right, that's caught. Then 56. All right, next one on my list was WBA, Walgreens Boot Alliance. Been playing this one all year. All right, Walgreens on the daily. We've got strong uptrend. We're in a strong uptrend. We've got trendline support coming in that we haven't broken yet. We've got stacked positive moving averages. MACD is currently decreasing and negative. RSI is decreasing as well. That may just be from that move today. We have got, it looks like we've kind of made a, go long, hit resistance, come back down, test the 34. So the 34 is a good indicator. We've never really closed below the 50. So I'm going to use the 50 as my last line of support. So that's a 50 SMA on the daily. Which lines up nice there. So if we can maintain trendline support at 52.50, WA support 52.5 for the next move upwards. And we're going to go off of this one. We have got resistance at 54.7. So we've got a $58 target, support at 52, target 58, resistance at 55, 32, and 54.79. Those are take profit targets. Bring it down to our squeeze chart. We're currently oversold on our RSI 4 hour. We've got ready and fire that's ready to fire to the downside. However, we do have the support that's going to come into play. Let me see. What we got going on here? My Zoom has been jacked for some reason. Alright. Because I got these lower indicators trying to take up so much room. Trying to get everything to fit correctly. There we go. Maybe that'll look a little bit better. Alright. $58 target. It's still in play. We are negative on our MACD, or excuse me, negative on our moving averages. So we really need this upper trend line to support to maintain. If not, then we're going to look for a move down. So, sorry, I fat fingered that one. So WBA break support or move to 51.73, then 48. All right, WBA is done. Let's go ahead and move back on to DNMR. All right, DNMR, we've got those block trade levels that we need to make sure that we get taken care of. We had one at 37, which is, no, 33. Sorry about that. Got one at 33. Yeah, 33. 37 and 37.80. So we've got one at 37. All right. There-ish, 37.80. Let's call those our block trade levels. So it looks like we've come down. We've tested the 200, the newly grown 200
SMA. We didn't really close below it. We closed a little below it, but I'm not going to call that a break of that. For me to consider a stock closing below and breaking a support level, I would need at least half of the candle to close below that. I'm going to keep an eye on it into tomorrow because our MACD is negative and decreasing. It looks like it's starting to curl a little bit though. With the algo buy-in, that should pull it back up. So Fibonacci is going to lead the way. I'm just throwing 2 on here to look for some symmetry. Don't really see anything that's sticking out, so that one's not going to stick. However, the 50% retracement's right below our $37 block trade level. So I'm going to go ahead and move this down. And I'm going to go ahead and move this other block trade level. I'm going to leave that one there. All right. So what we'd like to see happen is us to maintain the 200 SMA support at 30. So we're going to call DNMR support at 30 for move to block trades at 33. Then 36 is our 50% retracement, which is 50%. Then 38 block levels. All right, we move 269 a day. Bollinger Band's positive. VWAP is negative. All right. Same deal on the 4-hour. We did come down and we found that again. So we had this nice run up over here. We hit resistance at 30, sold off. We reverted to the 34 EMA as the mean. This doji came in right here and reversed the trend. So I'm going to drop a trend line there. I'm going to drop a line there so that you can see how previous resistance will play out in the life of a stock. I can leave that line there for the life of this stock, and it will always use it as a resistance or a support level. So we sold off pretty good today. The last couple of days, we are below all of our moving averages. So this doesn't look like a typical bullish stock. I'm going to bring up the DNMR on the algo just to confirm. Right. So the algo is net buying. We've came down. We found some previous support. We dojied on that support yesterday or today. I would assume this last negative candle is probably got a lot to do with the market today. What I'd like to see is us come up and test the 21 EMA, come back down, find support on the 8 EMA for the next move up. All right, that was DNMR and SFX. Oh, the mighty have fallen. All right, I like this one. Starting at the bottom, we've got positive MACD and increasing RSI. We are, however, below. Just throw this line up again. Run up, right? Run up was stopped. We've hit demand level. Throw this trend line on here. Demand level stopped us. Oh, activate drawing. Reversed us to, we were running up, we smacked into the resistance at demand level, sold out everything there, right? Came back, reverted to the mean, the 34 EMA, as well as the 50 period simple moving average. That was earnings, super positive earnings. We shot up like a rocket, okay? And we've been on a nice run ever since. Started selling off, selling off, selling off. If I remember, this was a high, like a meme stock for a little bit. Looks like we've come down. Now we're at that support level from previous time. So this was a demand level. Now it's the supply level. So we came down. We're getting, stocked up. And it looks like we're making a move back upwards. We're going to run into resistance at so we've got confluence of the 21 EMA and the 50 SMA on the daily. That's going to provide major resistance. What I'd like to see is this come up, bump into that, come back down and test a new level of support for a move upwards. We are in a daily squeeze, even though it's low compression. On the smaller time frames, I would bet that we are in a lower time frame squeeze. Yep. So we are in a lower time frame massive squeeze from 1 minute to 60 minutes. This daisy chain effect is going to happen where this massive squeeze, this high compression squeeze that you see that's been building and building and building for days, is going to release and catapult us through this 200 SMA. I'm on a 1 minute right now just because I wanted to show you all of the squeeze levels. We'll bring it up to 50. That orange level is going to be major resistance. However, the squeeze is going to thrust us through it. Okay? Let me move this back. Alright, we're in the 4-hour chart. This is that area of massive resistance from the daily. What you see here in this, it's not going to let me write on it. So, I don't know if you can follow my cursor, but this Squeeze Pro histogram is sloping. It's what I call a slingshot. It's building up energy and momentum. RSI is oversold. The Radiant Fire is building up momentum. When this does fire, it's going to produce a greater than expected move to the upside. It's going to be seen here in this last time the squeeze fired off. It went from 46 to 53 in 1 day. Right? This thing has a history of large, powerful moves when the squeeze fires, especially to the upside. Let's see if I can bring in some more squeezes. This squeeze back looks like it's not showing me. Beginning of the year. This slingshot effect, squeeze fired long. This squeeze lasted, went from 66 to 113. I don't anticipate another move like that because we've got that 50 SMA that we're going to run into at 63, 57. But I do like the support level. So, SFIX. Alright. Squeeze fires. Will thrust us through. Moving averages. Okay. Let's throw on Fibonacci and see where we're going. So from the previous high to this low, 65 is going to be so 65 is going to be the target, which is the 200 SMA and the 127 extension. We're going to have resistance at 51 and 53. Those are going to be take profits for me. We need to maintain support of 4165 or 4178 to 4165. Alright, that was SFIX. Alright, last one, Adobe. Here we go. Alright, Adobe on the daily. What a move. What a move. Alright, we are currently extended. MACD is positive but decreasing. Our RSI is oversold and decreasing. We broke support of the 80 MA from this nice run up. Throw a fib on here right now. For whatever reason, we ran into some major resistance there. Maybe after earnings run. So Adobe, if we can maintain the support, I don't know what's going to hold us, but I'd like to probably maybe this supply zone. Anyway, I'm looking for a retrace to the 21 at least. If we come down and we test the 21, then we could look for another move up higher. 21's currently at 497. So Adobe retest, call that a reverting to the mean. What do we got going on here? All right, Adobe would like it to revert to the 34, which is at 488, but I'll take the 21. 34 EMA at 488. That'll set us up for a nice level of support. So 488 or this 618 retracement at 485. Probably be the 485 level. This may curl down, and there may be a confluence over the next couple of days where the 34 ends up here. Right. The 34 curls over to here. Right. The 200 SMA curls up to here. The 50 crosses above it and curls up to here. Don't quote me on those dates, but based on the angle of the retracement, this is probably a good possibility. So that 485 is going to be a pretty significant level. If we maintain that 485 level, we have got a target of 553 is a 127. So ultimately we're going to have a target of 553. There's a 127 extension. All right, this is going to have to do a little bit of consolidation. That's all there is to it. 4 hour. We're in a 4-day and a weekly low compression squeeze. That may save us. However, everything else is really stacked pretty heavily. We're pretty extended. It'd be nice to come back and, we'd really benefit from that reversion to the 34 on the daily, so the 485. However, I didn't even see the $500 level right at the 34 EMA on the 4 hour. So, when in doubt, look at the old algo, and what's the algo doing? So we do have that divergence. However, the algo is curled down. All right. I still like the 618 level. Let me just... I don't usually use the 786. 786 is at 503. So we've got two possibilities here. One, we come back and we test and support 503, right? Or, so 503 on the 4 hour is the 34 EMA and the 0.786 retracement, right? That may give us enough support to bring us up to the 553 level. However, if we break that 503, we're definitely going to 485. So, retrace, break of 503, heading to 485. All right. That's it for me. Thanks for joining me. Again, my name is Dark Pole Algo, and make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more useful content. Hit me up in the comments section below or on Twitter if you have any suggestions, and have a great night.